Good morning, ladies, and to the few gentlemen out there that I actually think are worthy. I just met two more, Julian and Michael. Changed my life. I had no weed. There was discombobulation in the Danny Quinn movement, and because I don't have an ID, I can't get weed delivered. Um, it was a mess, and I was sleeping, exhausted, in front of In-N-Out Burger, and Julian and Michael came into my life, and they gave me marijuana, they gave me food, they gave me a positive glimpse of the future. Two guys that I want on my team, Oprah, when we take over this world from the rich are trying to fuck it up and destroy it. Yeah, it goes like this. End times, okay? It's upon us right now. They're forcing Donald Trump. He's the best they've got. A rapist. Eugene Carroll got paid $5 million long after she would have had him thrown in jail and punctured if he didn't go PC. Donald Trump. He's a punk. He's no good. And he's the best they've got. Tell you what, Oprah. It should go like this. Scientists all over the world should get together and blend stevia in water and see water pop, triple in size, turn white, gone. No more water. It's a bubbly white soup. It's called split H2O. They can actually make engines to run off that. Yeah, that's part of the gig on stevia. It not only cures, but it'll save this planet from the petroleum cartel who's trying to kill it right in front of our eyes and getting away with it. And this is what they gave me, Oprah. They gave me some Chipotle, some In-N-Out Burger, some drink. I provided the Pepsi and the marijuana. Oh my God. It changed the dynamic of how I felt. Suddenly, I'm no longer sore and tired, but I'm wanting to get to work, saving this planet, Oprah, from the Donald Trumps who are killing it, and they're profiting, and they're living life large, and from Julian, some Southern Cut Marlboro. Never seen it. It's delicious, and I'm gonna have one right now. I met them, and I want Julian and Michael, who is Ukrainian and knows a lot of their history. They're savages, they're survivors. There's too much savagery in the lexicon of man, Oprah. Women used to be in charge. We've got to get back to that place ASAP. Otherwise, men are going to fuck everything off. That's what we do. We like to fucking fight, okay? Too many people and too many wars, and it's all men. They got to be reined in, and that's where Danny Quinn comes in. Oprah. I'm friends with Ernie Holman, who runs the Bloods. I'm friends with Riley Priceock, who's on the board of the Crips. I want to bring them together and lay down a new law: no more fighting in the streets. Okay, leave your weapons at home. You only go out with your fists, and if they're not enough, go back to the drawing board. Cage fight. You got a problem with somebody? Let's step it up and start making money off it instead of losing life and catching terms that aren't fucking. Put it like this, Oprah. I want to start a movement. Free Bryce Peeler. Bryce Peeler got sentenced to 38 years. Well, did you see that? Bryce Peeler got sentenced to 38 years in prison because he supposedly pointed a gun at Officer Coet. A lie. Bryce's car stopped. He got out, hit the fence as fast as he could, threw his gun. After he had done so, he didn't point a gun at Coet, because if he did, Officer Reale was posted up with an AR-15, would have shot him dead. and would have never met my best friend. Okay, yeah. So free Bryce Bueller. He's done 12 years, and put it like this: the fentanyl deaths in methamphetamine, one was too many, and it's happened over and over again. Where Bryce used to cook methamphetamine, it was a god because his product was fucking superb, and no one died. Everybody wanted to get busy, have sex, or work, or get something done. That's what methamphetamine does. It spurs creativity and getting shit done. That's why I don't want to get into it. I was going to say, the Japanese have kicked American ass in business for so many years because they're all on meth. Is that true? Yeah. Just a little kindness, Julian and Michael, because I'll remember their names forever. They're youngsters that are classy, and it's all about paying forward good. So for, $20 or less, they changed my life for one night. Oh yeah, I was out of weed and had no access to it because I'm basically homeless right now. I'm waiting on a Lexus, Oprah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tour the country with a Patriot cleaning machine in the back. I'm going to show women how they've been lied to for all these years by the vacuum industry that doesn't clean. It clogs up, it brushes everything underneath the top of the carpet, so that's what accumulates. Vacuums are no good. Okay, just like Donald Trump. And I bet you Trump has a Kirby. Straight up. A worthless piece of shit. You go head to head, it'll second Kirby's blade flat, turn his propeller backwards, blow it up at 2.5, 3 minutes. I've done it in training to impress new recruits to the power of clean. Yeah, there's a machine out there that actually works. It never clogs up. It never loses power. It cleans the air as you clean. Certified hospital-grade air purifier. Oprah Winfrey, you could actually clean when they're cutting in surgery and get away with it. Get vacuums, you can't even turn them on when they're dining because of the food contamination and the dust. Not to mention the sickness and death accumulated from too much bad shit being breathed in. Yeah, so I'm going to tour the country. I'm going to get a dog to replace Kalani, and my mom should actually pay the $750 it would cost for a male Neapolitan, all blue Neapolitan Mastiff, a gorgeous dog, the dog of royalty in England. And I tasted that when my best friend died and his family gave me his dog. And I was like, oh my God, the exquisite. And my mom, when I was in jail, you know what she did? She had her fixed, and then she gave her away to an adoption agency, knowing that Kalani was my last link to Ross. Through her puppies, I would always have a touch to my past. And my mom, Oprah, who was an awful woman, more consumer of money, is more important. She would defend Fred Riva now vehemently, even long after he's dead, and he handcuffed me to a tree for 4.5 hours when I was 12 years old at a family party, to where it didn't draw blood, but you saw red from gashes from the cuffs because I was standing on my tiptoes, Oprah, hands high over my head, kind of like a young little Jesus, and they left me there for 4.5 hours. She's been in jail long before Doris Riva. Fred Riva, what a fucking... My mom telling me that you were having sex with Fred Riva, and he said, you looked at your watch and said, could you make it quick? I have a tenant status, something like that. Fred, why did he tell my mom this? And were they naked? I know my mom was secretly in love with Fred Reva. Uh, Anything he did was adulation. Okay, for example, Oprah were at family parties, and Fred Reva more than one time came in and said he came out of the bathroom and said, "Danny, what are you doing here? I just thought I flushed you down the toilet." This coming from a genetic defect, Fred Reva, to a youngster, myself, who was always the blue ribbon. I had blue ribbons for being the fastest in a school that had blacks in it when I was growing up. Okay, I was special from a young age. One time I was flying a kite, and the word nigger came out of my mouth, and a youngster who was older than me chased me around for about 3.5, 4 minutes before he finally caught me. And I was so fast, and he said, "Don't use that word," and he hit my stomach, not hard, but it said, "A lot bad can happen to you. That's not a good word. Don't use it." Okay? And he was impressed that I was so fucking fast that I got away for 3.5, 4 minutes. We were on a grassy field, and he couldn't catch me. And he was black, and he was probably in his teens. And instead of, he was class. Straight out. I remember class, Oprah. I remember very well battle in Miami, Florida, saving me. I had just gotten my knee wrecked by the cops, and they threw me in a pod where I was the only white guy in it. It was a black pod. That's illegal. They shouldn't have done it. And a couple of the fellows were coming over to talk to me, and Battle said, "No, he's not the one. He's with me." And he put his arm around me because he had seen me fight at Gibson Park Gym in Miami, Florida. So Battle, when I get a loan for billions of dollars based upon projected future sales of a liquid that I call the Fountain of Youth, it's pure H2O. You put Stevie water blend, it'll pop triple in size, turn white, turn it off, the blender, and you'll see it change back into water underneath a huge layer of soap. You got that soap out twice, it turns water magic into what cures, brings cancerous cats back into perfect health. 74 pounds of flabby fat gone from uncle in 4 months. 6 cancerous breast tumors gone in 4 months. Type 2 diabetes, Joe Rogan, was gone within hours of Bob Johnson chugging this really sweet water that I made for him using stevia in a blender and some 5-gallon water jugs that I modified to be my separating agent. So when I become the fastest billionaire on this planet, based upon projected future sales of a liquid that acts like the fountain of youth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put youngsters that are good to work, okay, showing people how it should be, not would be, could be, but we're going to do it. We're going to use money, an endless flow. The fountain of youth, Oprah. If you drank it, your body would go perfect. You would never have to hear another story about weight, okay? And do you tell a true story of how they poison women on purpose using sugars and things that they like to eat because they're sweet and they're no good? Stevia, a stevia sweet, is a perfect utopia in health and financially, because Danny Quinn had a vision 33 years ago, Oprah, when I was at Notre Dame. I was enveloped in a golden halo of light that brought me to my knees and told me I was going to be the richest man on the planet, and what I was to do was to end slavery. Okay, well, there's more than one kind of slavery, okay, and none of it's good. But I'm going to hunt it down and rip it out at its core. Like my idea to get child molesters, to give child molesters and those who hurt children free trips to Mexico, all expenses paid, and have them disappear down there because they're no good, and it would benefit society to have them gone. That's my idea. I'm gonna make it happen when I'm rich. Straight up. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up society to the point where people want to do good. Oh, exquisite cherry cola. It's a good sign. It means it's live. It's still in the game. It's not quite as cold as I would like it. But here's something about drinks and cold and injuries in the NFL. You're playing football and you're running around, you're getting thirsty, and you replenish it with something that's cold. It's going to make all the blood rush to your stomach to try to warm it up before it can be assimilated back into your body. Oprah, I say that the NFL mandated only warm water to be drank as refreshment, injuries would go down and performance would go up. It would be like walking on water. The difference is incredible. Yeah, so I met two special ones tonight, Julian and Michael. I want them on my team when we're saving this planet from the rich who are trying to kill it. And there's more out there. My son has one. My other son has two. But they won't talk to me, Oprah. I think they're embarrassed because I let myself get my ass kicked at the Paperweight Motel. I got attacked and bloodied. And there was no closed circuit TV, to keep people honest. And so when I was at my very worst, I could barely even move. This punk came up and said, "Oh, you want some now? You want some now?" Yeah, I'm gonna want some now. Forever, homie. When I find you, and I stick little pin cushions through people in prison and make you bleed. A white boy. An embarrassment. Yeah, I'm gonna have one more of these Southern Cut because I put it like this: there's a lot of good kids out there. Okay, there's a lot of bad, and we got to separate the bad from the good and move on. And we can't take the bad with us because there's not enough resources. Things are going to start to dwindle. There's too many people. There's no expansion clause in any book that's written by the religious cults that has expansion clauses that stave off overpopulation. Okay, if we can't afford to feed everybody that we've got, why do we have to get more? Hey, this doesn't make any sense, Oprah. Unless you're coming from the dynamic of yes, what I'm going to do when I have oodles of money from selling marijuana. I'm selling pounds of marijuana for $600 to those who want a $2,000 come up. It's incredible. I'm giving cartel prices to those who are worthy, not to everybody. Okay, Tiny, I gave you verbally an ounce or a pound at $400, and then you started fucking. What? Think you're fucking school me that I'm talking out of school? I'm telling you like it is, son. I'm a 5-star general. I'm friends with them, Oprah. Okay, they run shit, and I'm friends with them. I cross color barriers. I'm spiritually and emotionally and athletically black, okay, don't you know, St. Brown, right, would have caught you from behind had it been 200 yards instead of 100 yards to a touchdown. After I dropped you for a 12 to 14 yard loss in that little scrimmage game that we had in the stadium. Remember what I said to you? I said, is that the best you got, Heisman boy? I was already playing the dozens, and I didn't even know. Yeah. Anyway, Oprah Winfrey, Danny Quinn.
Bob, we're closed. You got to cut out so we can leave.
No, actually, I'm going to stay here.
Yeah.
I'm a customer. It didn't say there was any time.
Right, this is private property. We're just going to call the cops. That's cool.
Okay. You going to be a dick now? Hey, in and out. You going to be a dick? Exquisite flavor. There's always a dick that throws a little monkey wrench into something good. Yeah, so Oprah, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get guys like Julian and Michael and get all the good ones and pay them to go out and show women how it really could be having, 100 orgasms a night, playing the violin correctly. Yeah, that's a fair assessment of what could be in the future of women if they listen to Dan Quinn. Their partners would be up to date on new techniques. Only in the violin is pretty simple. You press down on the inside fingers, top and bottom of the G-spot simultaneously. Every time your fingers touch, it makes you come. Touch too much, too long, you wear them out. You gotta hit it and quit it, hit it and quit it, and it's all good. So Snoop Dogg, I don't think we have enough Olympics. I think we should have the lesbian oral Olympics and the weed Olympics. And Dan Quinn's entry is the biggest hitter ever. And it's a little tube. I got marijuana damp with saliva and stuffed it into the end. And oh, huge hit. And then we hit. Snoop Dogg. To the point where it smokes all the techniques at the it tastes gold at the Weed Olympics. Snoop Dogg. So what Dan Quinn is proposing is to all people who deserve it, that are in the game of making money off of marijuana. I'll sell a pound at $600, and my number is 916-470-1994. That's 916-470-1994. I'll sell them a pound at $600, and they can turn as many as they want to in a month. They can come up $8,000, change their life forever. And I'm looking at making a little off a lot and paying my taxes, and eventually becoming the biggest legal dealer this country has ever seen, and with profits, not living luxuriously, lavishly, but paying it forward to those that don't have enough, changing their world into a better place. It's like my son is 18th birthday, I believe, wanted to feed the homeless and the hungry. So instead of buying presents, we got chalupas from Taco Bell and cigarettes from the discount store and passed them out. And so we ran out. They were lined up, and we needed more. And Danny Quinn discovered how to turn water into the fountain of youth, and we pay that forward. We cure people, and we make billions, and we save this planet from the rich who are trying to fuck it up and destroy it, and are getting away with it, and it's no good.